I went to my girlfriend's brother's wedding expecting to know nobody. I recognized the groom before he said a word. When Elena invited me to her brother's wedding, I said yes without a second thought. Partly, honestly, just to see her in a nice dress. Fast forward to the ceremony. We were watching the couple get ready to exchange vows when it happened. The groom rolled his sleeve back to take his bride's hands, and I saw the scar across his knuckles and the small crescent tattoo below it. My heart stopped. I knew that mark. I'd seen it in my worst memories for 7 years. It belonged to the man who'd been driving the car that killed my sister. A hit and run when she was 9. A case that fell apart in court because his family had the money and the lawyers to make it vanish. I told myself I was wrong. Lots of people have scars, ink, similar hands, but I couldn't stop staring. The scar, the placement, the little crescent, identical. Elena squeezed my hand. You okay? You've gone pale. I forced a smile. Just emotional. Weddings get me. The ceremony ended and everyone drifted to the reception. I wanted to melt into the background and survive until we could leave, but Elena had other ideas. Come on, you have to actually meet my new brother-in-law. My pulse was in my ears. We walked up. He turned with a big grin, and when our eyes met, he froze for half a second. Just half, but I saw it. The last time I'd seen those eyes was across a courtroom, the day a judge said there wasn't enough to convict him. His smile shifted into something cooler. You know, I feel like we've met, he said, drawing it out, glancing at Elena and back at me. Can't quite place it. Elena laughed. Small world, maybe. Then the photographer called her for family pictures. She kissed my cheek. Be right back. You two get acquainted. The second she was gone, his whole face changed. He leaned in, voice low. I remember now. You're her brother, aren't you? The girl on Fuller Road. My sister's memory in his mouth made me want to be sick. That was a bad night for everybody, he murmured, swirling his drink, watching me like this was a game. But you know how it went. My word. Some fancy lawyers. Nothing you could do then. Nothing you can do now. He gestured around the hall. Her parents adore me. Her brother thinks I hung the moon. So whatever you think you know, it's your word against mine at my own wedding. Good luck with that. He patted my shoulder like we were old friends and walked off, smirking. I stood there shaking. This man had taken my sister and walked away clean, and now he'd be at every holiday, every birthday, woven into a family I was falling in love with for the rest of my life. And he thought there was nothing I could do. He was wrong, because what never came out in court was this. A delivery truck 2 doors down had a dash cam. It had caught the whole thing. The speed, the impact, the car slowing, and him stepping out, looking, and driving off. The footage had surfaced too late and got entangled in a technicality about how it was obtained, so it never made it in front of the jury. But I had a copy. I'd kept it for 7 years, not knowing why, unable to delete the last clear proof of what really happened. Elena found me 20 minutes later. What's going on? You look... We need to talk. Now. I'd never spoken to her like that. Out in the quiet of the parking lot, I showed her the video on my phone. That's your sister-in-law's new husband. That's the car. That's my sister. She watched the whole thing without a sound. When it ended, she took my phone from my hands, turned, and walked back inside. I followed. No idea what she'd do. She went straight to the DJ and cut the music. 300 people went quiet. She stood there in the sudden silence, held up my phone, and asked the DJ to put it on the screens they'd been using for the slideshow. The footage played, 10 feet tall, for the entire room. Everyone saw the street, the car. The moment he stopped, looked, and left a child in the road, the bride's mother rose slowly from her chair. The groom's own new spouse turned to stare at him, hand over their mouth. He started stammering excuses, but no one was listening anymore. Someone was already on the phone. The case got reopened. With the footage finally entering through a proper channel, and a witness who came forward after seeing it that night, it held this time. He took a plea rather than face a jury. I didn't get up and give a speech. I didn't need to. I just found Elena in the chaos, and she took my hand. My sister waited 7 years for someone to see what happened to her. It turned out, the person who'd finally make the world look was me, at the last wedding that man would ever attend as a free person.